So, you've awakened. Maybe not fully, but something in you has shifted. You've seen through a piece of the illusion. You've had a glimpse of the truth. And now, no matter how hard you try, you can't go back to the way things used to be. You've probably tried to be like everyone else again, tried to enjoy the same old distractions, tried to think and act the way you did before. But something feels different, office, like you've outgrown the skin you used to wear. And no matter how much you push yourself to fit in, something deep inside whispers that life is over. If this sounds familiar, then you're not crazy. You're not broken, and you're definitely not failing. You've simply crossed a line that can't be uncrossed. In spirituality, especially in non-duality, there's a truth that once you've seen, you can't unsee. It's like waking up from a dream. Even if you close your eyes and pretend to be asleep again, you know it's not real. That's why your old life doesn't feel the same. It's no longer yours. Let's talk about why this happens. First, awakening changes your perception permanently. Before, you lived inside a mental story about yourself and the world. You believed you were a separate person, moving through a solid, fixed reality. Now, even if just for a moment, you've seen that everything you called real was just a projection of the mind, a movie playing in consciousness. That shift, once it happens, is irreversible. You can't go back to believing the movie is all there is, because now you know you're the screen, not the character. Second, old pleasures lose their grip. Before awakening, you may have lived for certain things: success, validation, relationships, entertainment, achievements. And while you can still enjoy them, they no longer satisfy you the way they used to. That's because you've seen they're temporary. You've seen that nothing out there can complete you. And once you see the temporary nature of everything, you stop expecting permanent happiness from it. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy life. It just means the old life, built on chasing, can't be rebuilt. Third, your nervous system has tasted stillness. Even if awakening brought chaos, there have been moments of deep peace, silence, and presence. And once your body has experienced that, it becomes harder to tolerate the old stress-driven way of living. You can't force yourself to go back to constant noise when you've known quiet. You can't pretend busyness is normal when you've touched what's beyond it. Fourth, relationships shift. People who used to feel close may now feel distant. Conversations that once excited you may now feel empty. You can't unhear the falseness in small talk. You can't ignore when interactions are built on ego games. You don't judge these things. They just no longer resonate. And this can be painful. It can feel like you've lost your tribe. But in reality, you're making space for deeper connections, rooted in authenticity rather than identity. In non-duality, this no going back happens because the old life was never truly real to begin with. It was a mental construct, a story your mind told you, with you as the main character. Once you start to see that the you thought you were is just a thought, the whole story starts to unravel, and you can't tape the pages back together. You can't unknow that the self was a dream character all along. This is why trying to go back feels exhausting. You're essentially trying to re-enter a role you've already quit. It's like an actor leaving the stage and then trying to believe the play is reality again. You can say the lines, but the magic is gone. You're pretending, and deep down, you know it. Now, I get it. Sometimes you wish you could go back. Awakening can be lonely. It can be disorienting. You might miss the days when ignorance felt like comfort. You might miss the simplicity of believing the world was exactly as it appeared. But here's the paradox. You didn't really lose that comfort. It was never truly secure to begin with. What you lost was the illusion of security. And what you gained, even if it feels raw right now, is truth. So what do you do if you can't go back? You stop trying. You allow the old life to dissolve completely. You let the false identity, the false priorities, the false attachments fall away. And you trust that what remains, what you truly are, is enough. This doesn't mean abandoning life. It means living it without the illusion that it can give you what you already are. In practical terms, this means honoring the changes in your heart. If certain friendships no longer align, you let them fade. If your work feels meaningless, you explore new directions. If you can't tolerate constant noise, you choose quiet spaces. You stop forcing yourself into the old mold. The mold broke for a reason. It also means letting yourself grieve. Yes, grieve. You're not just losing illusions. You're losing a whole way of life. And it's okay to feel sad about that. You may miss the old friends, the old habits, the old dreams. You may even miss the old version of you. But grieving doesn't mean you want it back. It means you're honoring what's passing as you step into the unknown. And this unknown, it's not empty. It's alive. It's where life actually begins. Not the scripted version you were living before, but the spontaneous, fresh, present moment living that happens when you're no longer trapped in a mental story. Here's the truth. The reason you can't go back is the same reason you can't unknow how to read once you've learned. The old reality no longer makes sense because you see too much now. You see through it. And while that can feel isolating at first, eventually it becomes the most freeing thing in the world. Because if you can't go back, it means you're moving forward, not as the person you thought you were, but as what you truly are. So don't fight the change. Don't try to rebuild a life that no longer fits. The discomfort you feel now is the space in between, the shedding of the old and the birth of the new. Trust it. Because once you've seen the truth, the only life worth living is one rooted in it. You can't go back, and you're not meant to. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here and for opening yourself to this journey of awakening. Your presence means more than you know. Every moment you spend exploring truth, healing, and self-discovery is a step toward a deeper, freer life. Not just for you, but for the collective consciousness we all share. I honor the courage it takes to look within, to question, and to grow. You are living proof that awakening is possible. And I am deeply grateful that you've chosen to walk a path that leads to your highest truth. If today's message spoke to you and you're ready to go deeper, my book, Awaken Your Spiritual Power, is available now on Amazon. This book is your practical and heartfelt guide to breaking free from limiting beliefs, dissolving fear, and reconnecting with the infinite awareness that is your true nature. Written in simple, clear language, it takes you beyond spiritual cliches into the real, lived experience of awakening, so you can stop searching and start living from your inner power. Whether you're at the very beginning of your journey or navigating the more advanced stages of awakening, Awaken Your Spiritual Power will give you the clarity, tools, and encouragement You need to walk this path with confidence. Get your copy today on Amazon and take the next step toward a life of freedom, peace, and authentic presence. Until next time, stay present, stay curious, and peace out.